What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. And I have some breaking news to report, and that is that Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, already in the midst of a very disappointing season and overall stint with the Cleveland Browns, is likely out for the rest of the season with an Achilles tendon injury. Deshaun Watson's unsuccessful and disappointing stay with Cleveland has taken another significant turn. The embattled quarterback was carted off the field Sunday with a right Achilles tendon injury he suffered on a non-contact play against the Cincinnati Bengals. Watson, who has not lived up to expectations in his 2+ seasons with Cleveland, went down without being touched on a second down play with 1:26 left in the second half. Watson dropped back to pass at the Cincinnati 21-yard line. When he planted, his right leg buckled and he dropped to the ground. Watson immediately put his hands to his head as he lay on the field in obvious pain. Cleveland's training staff rushed out to assist him and were soon joined by all the Browns as well as the Bengals, who came over from their sideline to surround Watson and offer their support. As he was driven off, Watson, whose arrival in Cleveland split the fan base, pulled a towel over his head as fans applauded. Shortly after halftime, the Browns said Watson had injured his Achilles tendon and that he wouldn't return. Based on his reaction, Watson may not be back again this season. Cleveland signed Watson to a fully guaranteed $230 million contract in 2022. He was suspended 11 games by the NFL in his first year with Cleveland, and his second season was cut short after just 6 starts because of a shoulder injury that required surgery. Watson had played poorly this season, leading the calls for coach Kevin Stefanski to bench him. He was booed during pregame introductions. Matter of fact, going into this game, Deshaun Watson had passed for 1,020 yards with 5 touchdowns versus 3 interceptions, and completion percentage of 61.3%. Now, this is 25 years ago. That 61.3% completion rate would have been marvelous, but in this era, that's not all that great. Not really great at all. He has a 1-5 record as a starting quarterback. Although today, before getting hurt, Watson was 15-17 for 128 yards. Look, I don't want to go up and act like I'm some football aficionado. I'm not. But I can't help but think that some of this poor play with Deshaun Watson, some of it is mental. I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff that has happened to him over the last 3 years or so, a lot of this, outside noise has gotten to him. I know when you read negative news clippings about you as a person, when you are bombarded by negativity, it will manifest itself in some way. It can't be good. Look, I know there are going to be people listening to this video who are going to say, you're sitting up here and you're, trying to make excuses for a quote-unquote predator. I have common sense, which is something that is severely lacking in today's world. And when people say, well, all these women can't be lying, yes, they can. Yes, they can. When you are a person who is on Instagram, most of these people were selling their wares on Instagram, from what I could tell. Most of these people, and it's just the truth, most of these women who were selling themselves as massage therapists, usually, if you read between the lines, they are basically on there to promote that they are, how can I put this? high cost 304s. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I provide this service, but I'm selling myself with my sexuality. And generally speaking, when most of these chicks up here that are promoting themselves, you know what I'm saying, as massage therapists, you kind of know what they insinuate what they'll do. They can't get up there and say, oh, you can have sex with me for money, because it's prostitution. So they'd say, oh, I provide my services through massage therapy. But in all, you kind of know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm at a loss when I see dudes who have to be simping, or people who are just ignorant, you know what I'm saying, not putting two and two together. But, you know, yeah, money is a great motivator. You see some dude who is worth millions, you're going to try to get as much of his money as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what a gold digger is. We're going to act like gold diggers don't exist. But, you know, a lot of these dudes, they weren't raised by their mother. They weren't raised by their fathers. They didn't have a father in life warning them about gold diggers. You know? So I'm not going to act like they don't exist. And, yeah, it's just interesting that the lead attorney representing these women, the media conveniently leave out the fact that he's good friends with the owner, or at least then owner of the Houston Texans. And all of this stuff manifests itself as soon as there was, I'm trying to remember, go off memory here. He was asking out for the organization. He wanted to be traded. And then all of a sudden, all these allegations start, as if you're trying to be vengeful and make him pay, you know what I'm saying, for wanting more money or wanting to be out of the organization. You know, these are questions that make a lot of sense, but hey, it's just so much easier to blame him and, you know what I'm saying, make him out to be a horrible human being, because outside of these so-called allegations, he's never had a history of getting in trouble. I read that he was an asset to the Houston community with his philanthropy. Never been in trouble with the law, but because of these allegations, and that's what they were, people make him out to be this monster. But wasn't he found not guilty in court? So he was never found guilty criminally, just settled out of court. So if settling out of court makes him guilty, well, let's talk about the man running for president from the Republican ticket. He settled out of court numerous times. And media don't report some of the stuff he's been sent out of court for. I don't even want to go into detail about what it was on YouTube. But people pick and choose. Like I said before, and I don't care who don't like it, race plays an issue. And for the dude I just blocked, race is a social construct. I believe there's only one race, the human race. But you motherfuckers make skin color out to be race. Clown. Dummy. Well, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.